We all know that scripture, if you preserve your life, you'll lose it. But if you lose your life for my sake, you'll save it. Life teaches us that it's not safe to be human. We're going to get hurt. We're vulnerable. What do we typically do in response to that pain that life inevitably dishes out? Well, if you're like me, you build thick walls around your heart to protect yourself, to make yourself seemingly impenetrable. Years of painful soul searching have brought me back again and again to a memory from my childhood when I did this. Here's the backstory. I'm 6 years old and I see this mutt in a pet shop window, kind of like the classic story, right? And I beg my dad, can we bring her home? Can we bring her home? He says, no. But a few days later, I come home from school, open the back door, and this mutt jumps out of a box into my arms and into my heart. I loved that black and white little stupid mutt with all my heart. I slept with this dog. In fact, because I slept with this dog and the dog was so cuddly and snuggly, I named the dog Snuggles. We only had Snuggles for a few years. At the age of 9, losing that dog was probably the first experience in my life of abject grief. And that's when the wall started to go up. A few years later, I'm 12 or so, my dad brings home the beautiful golden retriever puppy that he named Judge. Now, my dad was an attorney, so he loved to give Judge orders. Sit, Judge. Come here, Judge. Don't do that, Judge. Judge leapt into my heart as well. I couldn't keep the wall up. I knew I was making myself vulnerable all over again. But love bit me, and that dog became a huge part of my life. A few years later, I'm in 8th grade, 14 or so. I come out from school, I was about to get on the bus, and my dad is there in his car, and he calls me over. Me and my sister get in the car, and something was not right because my dad never picked us up from school. And we get in the car, and my dad says, Judge is dead. We had Judge on a line with a pulley in the backyard, and he had a choker collar. And another dog had gotten into the yard and gotten tangled up in his line, and Judge was strangled. It was really gruesome. I remember getting out of the car and coming over to the corpse of my dog. And I pounded my fist on the rib cage of my dead dog. And I said, never, never, ever again. The wall went up. I mean, thick. Several layers of stone thick with big razor wire on the top. Like, no way am I going to make myself that vulnerable ever again. That was almost 40 years ago. And it's been 40 years of an internal battle for me between two competing voices. One voice saying, keep the wall up, stay safe, it's not safe to be human. The other voice saying, let the wall down. It's okay to feel those sufferings. Those sufferings, united with me, will take you somewhere beautiful. Really, life in this fallen world teaches us it's not safe to be human. Keep those walls up. But faith teaches us it's even more dangerous not to be human. Let the wall come down. Be not afraid. I'm with you there in that sorrow, in that grief, in that agony. And we have to choose, which way are we gonna go? We all know that scripture, if you preserve your life, you'll lose it. But if you lose your life for my sake, you'll save it. I recently learned that the Greek word used there, if you preserve your life, has the connotation of building a wall around your life to protect yourself. If we do that, if we build walls around our hearts to protect ourselves, to make ourselves invulnerable, we'll lose our lives. But if we do what seems insane and let that wall come down, the Greek is not you'll save your life, but you'll beget your life. You'll be remade. You'll be reborn. How's the Mandy Pooch? Ready to go?